Hello, everybody. It's Rywar9, and thank you for 100 subscribers. I'm just super ecstatic and quite happy that I wanted to kind of showcase my gratitude and kind of also showcase my current process for making YouTube videos. I thought it'd be kind of cool that just kind of give an overview of what I do, just kind of just figuring out how I've gotten to where I'm at currently and some things that worked and some things that didn't, and just all that. So, kind of just starting off with my setup here. So, obviously, you have your mic and you have your setup to actually record, and I'm recording kind of two things here. I'm recording off of OBS using a capture box, which I'll show, and that capture box records the game and its audio, and then I'm also recording my voice through Audacity, so OBS and Audacity for kind of just picking it up, because you want to make sure you have your audio separate from game audio so that you can make a change and whatnot, but that's kind of what that's doing. And that's all on a separate laptop that I have on the side, so when I'm playing my game, I can just look over and see if everything's crashed and whatnot. Hopefully that doesn't normally happen, but yeah, so kind of just moving that down, kind of get into my game system here. I've got my handy dandy GameCube and a bunch of random garbage up on top. Well, I guess not garbage, just little accessory stuff that I have. But then I also have my Switch there, so I've got my GameCube and then my Switch for when I kind of swap between both of those, and then I have the Game Boy player adapter for the GameCube and all that. And I also have a Wii U, not with me, but currently I just have those two set up. And yeah, so going into the nitty gritty, into the wired zone, we have the HDMI adapter for the GameCube. That is the Kakio HDMI converter from GameCube to HDMI. Makes sense. And then that is connected, if we just follow the wire down here, it's connected to an upscaler. I'm forgetting the name. It starts with an M because it's shaped as an M. I probably can't pronounce it anyways, but yeah, that's supposed to upscale kind of games from whatever to like 1080 or 4K. For the GameCube, I just have it set up to blue mode, which is retro. It's got two other modes, but I think I'll just show them like here. Just put it up on the screen. Yep, right there. Perfect. More editing for me. But yeah, so it connects. So my HDMI goes from the GameCube to the upscaler, and then the upscaler goes all the way back around to the capture box, which is just a easy 4K HDMI capture, which you plug in an input, you plug in an output, output goes to the TV or their monitor, whatever you have there, and then the blue USB cable is what it gets power and actually transfers the game to here, and that's what we're seeing right here. And I think I just kept a default name or named it the 4K or whatever for that. So that's how that's happening. If I want to play my Switch, I just plug in a different HDMI cable. I think it's this one. So I plug the HDMI in and then plug the correct HDMI in for that, because I think I've got two set up where the HDMI goes into the TV and then a separate HDMI can go to here, so that I don't have to unplug all this and all of that. But yeah, so that's kind of how I get the game and whatnot. And then I got my handy dandy controller. Normally try putting it under the table so you don't hear the clickety clack on the mic here. And yeah, so that's the current setup. I kind of want to also showcase some of the items I've used in the past, starting with a Recordy box here. This was my first ever Recordy box, capture card, whatever you want to call it. And it's had a few different setups, but it's very simple, just input, output, power, and then it records onto a USB. Because I'm like, oh, that's genius. You just put on a USB, it'll be amazing. Of course, it was not genius because I could never figure out if it was full or not, so that was fun. Then to actually get the GameCube to work, because I think my first game was Undertale on the Switch and then Pokemon, which was on the Switch. So I didn't get to the GameCube till a little later, but then for the GameCube I used this AV to HDMI converter. So I'd plug in the AV cables from the GameCube, and then it would try to scale it to whatever this says, 720 or 1080, but it's absolute lies and whatnot. And you can see I tried taping it. I think I had the brilliant idea of taping it to the power adapter, which is like down there somewhere. Yeah, right there. I like had it put on there, and it would just work and whatnot. And yeah, and then that would go into this, and I got this because I'm like, well, I want to hear audio, so you do an HDMI in, does an HDMI out, and then it also does a separate audio out, so I can plug in headphones to that. And oh, I forgot to mention, this also has a what's it called, headphone jack, so you can do a 3.5 millimeter jack in for hearing and sound. And normally I just have these on because they're pretty great. Let's see if I turn it up. Maybe you can hear it. I don't know. Da, 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 da. So I can control the volume on this. Previously I had earbuds which did not have control on the sound, and I would rip out because I'd be wearing these headphones. Let me show them again. These headphones for the actual mic, because I used the mic on them instead of a separate mic. So yeah, I've done that in the past, and that was fun. Anyways, that was kind of the first setup, or the first setup was this. This is my current setup. Let's see, what else did I do? And yeah, so that was this is my current setup, and this was just my first setup. Not too much, but I've kept them kind of just for, I guess, nostalgia purposes. I don't know. I just haven't thrown them away. They still, I believe, work. At least, I think it works. But I've got a much better one, and I think that one's cheaper. I think that was like $30 on Amazon, while this was like $60 on Amazon. And I can't believe just how far it's gone from setup to the setup. And I know it's maybe a little convoluted, but it works for me, and that's what matters most, because yeah, this is what I do. Have the controller, play the game, let's see, and then I'd also see it in this, and yeah, and then we'll see me. Hey, there's my shadow. Hey, me. Amazing. And then, funny enough, this starts loading there, so I'd look off that screen to see it, and then eventually it'll come to my screen. So there's some kind of delay in there, and I can't figure out which one, but it doesn't really matter. It only tends to happen during load screens. But yeah, so then I see it, and then I see it there, and then yeah, that's basically it for the recording aspect. Yeah, if you have questions on the recording aspect, please let me know, and I think I'll go hop over to the editing portion now. Okay, so on the editing side here, I use good old DaVinci Resolve, as that is what I find to be good, and it's free, and it's everything I really need. So yeah, you can have a bunch of videos and audio things, different, what are they? You have this whole overall timeline, and then you can put different clips in each little section. I think the most I've ever went is like 10, and that's because of my group channel NFO podcast normally takes up a lot. But yeah, I don't do actually too much with editing, as much as I like to watch it, or watch it, as much as I like to do it. You can just hit play, and then I normally watch the whole video from two times speed, and then if I find any like random clip that I like, I'll put it into I'll just separate it, and then I'll add it to the end of the little clip to make my best moment stuff. So that's kind of a little clip, and then I sometimes add titles. I'm not too much into adding all the titles and whatnot, but yeah, you can see the timeline doesn't really change too often. I normally add a background so that the game it's not just a black screen. I like a little extra. Sometimes I put stuff on the side for the game, sometimes I don't. So kind of depends on the game itself, on what I'm going to do. But normally, I've been trying to, at least for the past few Let's Plays and whatnot, I try to add a little musical flair to it. And I play something on the piano or something, and I actually drew this drawing, so if it looks bad, that's because I drew it. But I think it looks okay. Did some tracing and did some stuff with color shading. I'm pretty happy how the Navi came out, but yeah. I have my friend to thank, Mega Man W6, for the overall logo and character design. He's a big help with that, and yeah. So I'll normally record stuff in batches here. You can see I have episode 40 to the end. So this would be episode 40, and then this was 41, and then you can see I haven't gone to I believe I'm going to make this 2 separate videos, but 42 and then the actual finale. So, yeah. So if you actually haven't seen the Ocarina of Time Let's Play, this is the end portion. Yeah, all that. Yeah, and then there's, of course, I have little clips at the end. Oh, I didn't even say how I actually start the recordings. I'll normally do a 3, 2, 1 clap or start, and then I'll resync on the normally a file menu screen. So for this one, I did file 1, file 2, file 3, and then kind of went back and forth with it. So yeah, that's basically it to my editing style, and then I'll create a thumbnail in, what's it called? I should know it. What is it called? Oh, I'll open the video up and use the snipping tool. That's just a quick little screenshot, basically, and get a specific moment from the video, and then put that in as the whatchamacalled, as the photo for the thumbnail. And then I have it's called Paint.net is the software. It's also free. I'm a poor college student, so I use free stuff, and if it's been working out, I've been pretty happy with the results and whatnot for it. So not too shabby. But yes, again, I wanted to thank you all for getting to 100 subscribers. I was quite ecstatic to see it just skyrocket up, and I'm quite happy. So hopefully you guys all enjoy my videos and are here to stay and watch me embarrass myself probably more with some games I've never played before, and maybe you'll learn something from them, or just want to have a laugh, and that's fine too. That's what I'm here for, just to cause laughter and comedy. Look at that, floaty boots. Oh man, I said that way too much in the last episodes, but yeah. Just trying to think of if there was anything else I wanted to say, and I'm just wanted to thank you again, and I hope you guys are excited for my next Let's Plays to come. And if you have any questions on my recording process or my editing process, please let me know. If there's anything else you have questions about with the channel, I'm also here for that. Just wanted to make this to show gratitude sounds like the right word. Show some gratitude for the 100 subscribers. So thank you for watching, and until next time, everybody, goodbye.